small fringe minority of people who are on their way to Ottawa or who are holding unacceptable views that they're expressing.
Now, have I ever mentioned on this channel that I consider Justin Trudeau to be a soulless, lying, greasy psychopath? Yeah, I'm sure I've mentioned it. Well, here's another example. Here's the headline from the Post-Millennial. Trudeau denies that he forced Canadians to get vaccinated, says he provided incentives and protections. Isn't that nice? Oh, and thank you so much for those incentives and protections that you offered. Although there is this from Maxime Bernier. He did point this out. He said, right, he did not force anyone to get vaccinated. He only unjustly fired them, financially attacked them, persecuted them, insulted them, denied them basic rights, prevented them from traveling, etc. So tolerant. Yeah, there is that, isn't there? Now, if you're like me, you find it extremely difficult to tolerate the sound of Justin Trudeau's voice. I know it's really hard, but let's just see what the cretin said himself here.
And all of the scientists and the medical experts and the researchers, not just in Canada, but around the world, understood that vaccination was going to be the way through this. And therefore, while not forcing anyone to get vaccinated, I chose to make sure that all the incentives and all the protections were there.
Yeah, he was really great, actually. Do you remember when he told a Quebec television station that people who don't get vaccinated against the COOF are often racist and misogynistic extremists? And he questioned whether the rest of Canada needs to tolerate the unvaccinated. Because there's nothing coercive about the leader of your country demonizing you publicly. No, nothing coercive about that at all. And don't forget about this. He said this about half a year before he put in the mandates in the first place.
Will Canada consider requiring people in this country to have proof of vaccination similar to the digital passports that are being developed in places like Denmark and Greece and the EU?
I think it's an interesting idea, but I think it is also fraught with challenges. We are certainly encouraging and motivating people to get vaccinated as quickly as possible, but we always know there are people who won't get vaccinated and not necessarily through a personal or political choice. There are medical reasons. There are a broad range of reasons why someone might not get vaccinated, and I'm worried about creating knock-on undesirable effects in our community. I think the indications that the vast majority of Canadians are looking to get vaccinated will get us to a good place without having to take more extreme measures that could have real divisive impacts on community and country.
So was he lying then? Was he lying afterwards? Or is he just constantly lying? Is everything that comes out of his mouth a lie? I think we know the answer to that. Now, how about this? From October 6, 2021, Prime Minister announces mandatory vaccination for the federal workforce or federally regulated transportation sectors. That's right. You have to get it or you lose your job. Kinda feels like coercion to me. Kinda feels like force, doesn't it? And don't forget, many of these people were never in a cohort that this would have benefited at all anyway. How about from this parody account here, which I always quite enjoy, from Justin Trudeau's Ego. Let me be clear. My government did not force Canadians to get vaccinated. We simply took away their rights, allowed employers to fire them without cause, encouraged people to hate them, and restricted their ability to feed their families. They always had a choice. Yes, this sums it up. Well, it says here that despite his claims, Canadians have suffered severe consequences from vaccine mandates promoted by the federal government. Across the country, many Canadians have lost their jobs, been denied basic services, and banned from traveling due to these strict C-19 measures. Yeah, and let's not forget, you couldn't get on a plane or a train. So of course there were people who were denied the ability to see their families, maybe for the last time. And let's not forget, the Prime Minister of the country, the leader of the country, demonizing people, demonizing Canadian citizens publicly over and over again.
Those protesters I don't even want to call them protesters, those anti-vaxxer mobs.
I really don't see how that's not coercive or how it's ethical in any way. Oh, and let's not forget, the whole thing, the mandates, all built on a lie.
Was the Pfizer COVID vaccine tested on stopping the transmission of the virus before it entered the market?
Did we know about stopping the immunisation before it entered the market? No.
That's right, they never tested for transmissibility before it went out to the public. And the entire basis of the mandates in Canada was so that the unjabbed wouldn't spread it to other people. Here's what Trudeau had to say.
Get vaccinated. And you know what? If you don't want to get vaccinated, that's your choice. But don't think you can get on a plane or a train besides vaccinated people and put them at risk.
And that is a lie. Is it possible that he's so incompetent, that his government is so incompetent that they didn't know it was a lie? I suppose so, but I'm going to have to go with lie. So there you have it, folks. I know it's shocking news, but Trudeau is still awful, and he has to go in the next election. Let's all work together and make that happen, huh? Anyway, please subscribe, like, and share. Sharing really helps me out. I thank you for that. I will see you next time.